नाज़रीन, पाकिस्तान में तैनात बरतानवी हाई कमिश्नर क्रिश्चियन टर्नर इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। बरतानिया समेत 60 कॉमनवेल्थ ममालिक समेत पूरी दुनिया में हर मैजेस्टी क्वींस की बर्थडे तकरीबात जारी हैं और पाकिस्तान में भी ये तकरीबात हो रही हैं। तो इस हवाले से हम आज बरतानवी हाई कमिश्नर के साथ खुसूसी गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं। लेकिन जाहिर है बरतानिया एक डेमोक्रेसी की मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी कहलाती है, जमहूरियत की वो पैदाइश है इंसानी हकूक के हवाले से। फिर पाकिस्तान और बरतानिया की शेयर्ड लेगेसी है। मैं जरूर कुछ चीजें ये भी उनसे मालूम करूंगा। एक्सेलेंसी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. Many congratulations on Her Majesty Queen's birthday celebration, and it's heartening to note that Her Majesty Queen has always taken along the democratic institutions and tradition with her. Pakistan being a member of Commonwealth, what can Pakistan learn from these traditions?
Well, thank you, Shaukat. It's a wonderful occasion. It's not just her birthday. We're celebrating 96 years old. An amazing innings, I think you might say, if you wanted a cricketing metaphor, but also because we're celebrating her 70th year on the throne, a jubilee reign. And as you say, it's a remarkable continuity in our system.
Exactly.
Because, of course, she is our head of state. We have prime ministers who come and who go.
Exactly.
She has seen many prime ministers over the years. Her first was Winston Churchill. Can you believe that? I think she has seen and worked with 14 US presidents. And I am told that across the Commonwealth, of course, all of her realms, she's had 170 prime ministers in different countries
that she has been
in touch with. But throughout, her approach has been, as you say, to support strong institutions. And whether it's a strong judiciary, whether it's strong parliaments, constitutionality, the rule of law, we all do these things slightly differently. So, of course, in the UK, we don't have a written constitution, but we always like to follow these traditions because it is through strong institutions that we become stronger, supporting democracy as a country.
And it takes a lot of time to enrich the traditions. They become so strong that everyone follows. Pakistan and UK also celebrating their establishment of diplomatic relations 75th year.
75 years.
75 years. How you foresee different areas where the two countries they are cooperating with each other?
Well, it's remarkable at a time like this because we look backwards, of course, and we have deep history as two nations.
Shared legacy, you see.
The shared legacies, and most of all, Shaukat, the thing I always talk about is the people-to-people links. Hum ek saath hain. You know, we are locked together. We have 1.6 million British Pakistanis in the UK. That's about 2% of our population.
Strong diaspora.
Very strong diaspora. We have 100,000 people visiting both sides time and again. Students. You know, we issued 10,000 student visas last year. That's a 70% increase on the year before. All these people ties are what makes it so strong. That, I predict, although we look back to it, is forward-looking. That's dynamic. That's modern.
Exactly.
It is not going to change, and it is the rock on which our relationship is built. Looking ahead, though, the area I am most excited about deepening collaboration on is actually our trade and business ties. Because what that diaspora brings is the ability to invest, to grow more trade. We are already Pakistan's third largest trading partner, third largest source of foreign direct investment. I think we can double that trade quite easily. It slowed down a bit during the pandemic. It's back to pre-pandemic levels. But I think if there was one area that I could really boost, many areas we cooperate on, we work together on security, on regional interests, on tackling crime, we work on education, we work on health, we work on climate change. All these areas are important. But that trade, for Pakistan, a strong economy, I can see in all countries just how tough the economic pressures are at the minute. It's that area I'd like to really grow.
When we talk of economy of Pakistan or the global economy, Ukraine crisis or Russian war over Ukraine has been a problem, a big problem. And I know United Kingdom has been a big force behind Ukraine for its independence. How this war can be over? How can this war end?
Well, look, the British government position on Russia and Ukraine is clear, and we condemn this war of aggression. And as you say, there are humanitarian concerns, people are suffering, and we reject that in a way that I know Pakistan does as well. These are shared values between us.
Yeah.
The territorial integrity, the sovereignty of Ukraine was violated. And I think the reason we should worry about it is exactly as you say, because it affects the whole world. Every $10 on the price of a barrel of oil costs the Pakistan economy, these are figures from the State Bank of Pakistan, costs the Pakistan economy $10 billion. So it is a huge impact on your GDP, on your economic growth. We are facing in the UK a huge recession. We are looking at the worst inflation rate we've had for nearly 40 years. And that is why, together, we must work to end this conflict. The impact on food prices as well is a
That's what I was going to ask, that what the Honorable German Foreign Minister said during her visit to Pakistan, that it's a hunger war of President Putin against the humanity. So food prices, they are affecting everyone in the world.
That's exactly right, and it's because of that impact that's why we would like the war to stop and for us to pursue peace, which I know is a policy that Pakistan supports.
Now that a new government has come here and taken over because of the constitutional and legal process, how do you assess because there are a lot of economic problems, hardships are there?
I'm very privileged to talk to everybody. I was very honoured that the Honourable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif joined us as chief guest at Her Majesty's birthday party. And that's a sign of the deep ties between the two countries, and I think he is doing great honour and respect to Her Majesty by attending. And I'm grateful to him for it. We will work together because we support stability, we support inclusive economic growth. We want to see those economic issues addressed. As I say, we can do our part by boosting trade. We want to see education, we want to see more opportunities for women and girls. All these things are areas that are in our interests and Pakistan's interest, and my job is to work together to deliver that.
I have two more questions about this region. The United Kingdom is a home of tolerance. People from all cultures, from races, from religion, they are there. But recently we saw in India Islamophobia and statements against Prophet of Islam. Since you are in the region, how do you comment?
Well, I have discussed this with the Foreign Ministry here and with other senior people, and the UK's position has always been clear on freedom of religious belief and tolerance of other faiths. And I think actually Pakistan itself is a good example of religious diversity. I've met here with many communities, the Sikh community, Kartarpur Corridor, a wonderful, very rare example of cross-border community exchange. Obviously the Christian community important to us. All these faiths are important, and we will always speak out in support of freedom of religious belief.
Excellency, you've been here, and there is a transition in Afghanistan from 15th August last year. Humanitarian crisis is there. The promises that Afghan Taliban made, they are still to be fulfilled. How do you comment?
Well, look, you are right that we will judge the Afghan government by its actions, not its words. And it is very important that they follow through on the commitments they've made. I am very struck that really the entire international community, and that includes, of course, Pakistan and the UK working closely together, have the same objectives. We want to see a stable Pakistan, a stable Afghanistan. We want to see safe passage for people out of Afghanistan that want to leave. We want to see no refugee pressures. We don't want to see a terrorist threat out of Afghanistan to any country. And we want an inclusive society that respects the rights of women and girls, particularly for girls to have an education. Those principles, those objectives are the same for your government, they're the same for my government, and I'm confident we will carry on working closely to that end, and doing so by engaging with Afghanistan and supporting them with a very serious humanitarian need there.
Thank you very much. Excellency क्रिश्चियन टर्नर, बरतानवी हाई कमिश्नर, हमारे साथ बात कर रहे थे, और ऑलमोस्ट अफगानिस्तान के हवाले से जो उन्होंने बात की, अब बिल्कुल पाकिस्तान की भी पॉलिसी यही है, और यही वो शेयर्ड लेगेसी है जिसकी मैं बात कर रहा था. एक बार फिर हम हर मैजेस्टी क्वीन की बर्थडे पे इनको मुबारकबाद पेश करते हैं.